Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Reverse Hive Mind. I'm your pal Sutherland, and we're back with more Lost Judgment. And we are going to go ahead and go to the Ginda Law Office and talk to Saori, who is the lawyer in charge of uh, the Groper case. And apparently Kaito's just going to shove my ass out of the way.
Oh, Saori-san. Yagami-san made it.
Sorry for the wait. I ran into some typical nonsense. We good to go?
I've been good to go for a while. Ehara is waiting, and so are the answers. First thing we'll want to try to get is how involved he was in Mikoshiba's murder.
From the way it's been so far, I doubt he'll be eager to tell you.
If he won't open up, we'll have to play the trump card. Yagami-san. Ehara won't know what hit him.
I don't mind being the ace in the hole.
Are you and your ego ready then, Yagami-san?
Oh.
Well, this ain't my department. Fill me in back at the office, okay?
Yes.
I might even tidy the place up a bit if you're lucky. Lots of open bottles to polish off.
As I say,
Oh, we're going?
this is more of the cerebral type than the brawn type, which is more Kaito's specialty.
Don't think you can strong-arm Ehara into confessing. The guy's a tough nut to crack.
Yeah, I would think as a police officer slash former police officer, he's going to be resistant to a lot of interrogation type techniques. He'll know what Yagami's trying to do, so we're going to have to outsmart him rather than just bully him into talking.
I'll be holding down the fort here. You watch after Saori-san, please.
Okie dokie. And we're off. Like I said, Kaito's not really the thinking man's type. Yeah, we'll get in the elevator eventually once Yagami stops dry humping the door. I'm sure we have to... I'm sure we have to take a taxi. Oh, it's the, yeah. Go. Even says there, go to the detention center via taxi. Not hard. Just have to read first. So we'll walk on down here so we don't have to make Saori run. Okay, where would we like to go? Detention center, please. We'll see what kind of cutscene we have that awaits us.
Oh, I thought you'd lost already. So, what more could my lawyers want from me here?
Well, normally I would say the same. However, a corpse turned up as you said it would. It turns out you have a penchant for prophecy, Ehara-san.
Prophecy, huh? Kinda dramatic.
Akihiro
No
Ehara.
Hoshino today? Did you fire the poor guy?
Yagami's my name, sir. In a past life, I used to work with Genda and Saori-san. But today, I'm at Serio High School in a contract advisory role for one of their clubs.
Serio High School?
It's the same school Toshiro-kun went to 4 years ago. You'd know it. I happened to be out there working a separate case. But that was when Shirosake-sensei called, so that's why I'm here.
Well, well. Okay. Why are you here then?
That'd be obvious at this point, I'd think. As you know, Mikoshiba turned up as you said. His body was found in a warehouse. The question is, why did you know that well enough to proclaim it in court?
You might say it was a miracle. I wished hard enough for it to come true, and suddenly it did.
Care to tell us why you'd wish for a miracle like that?
Do you really need me to explain why?
Mikoshiba. You blame him for Toshiro-kun's death, don't you?
I do.
Even though when you took the school to court, no evidence turned up. A third-party investigation found no bullying occurred, didn't it?
At school, Mikoshiba tortured my son. He would beat him up, and then he'd demand all his money. That damn kid was a star student with high grades. My son's own class wouldn't stand up to him. To avoid being beaten, Toshiro used to. He'd steal money from me or his mother to make sure he could pay Mikoshiba off.
Ehara-san, you seem to know a lot about what happened to your son. Do you have any proof?
Would I have lost if I did? That school can rot in hell for all I care. Speaking of, you know what I'm convicted for. It was being a pervert. I admit to everything. I groped a businesswoman's ass in plain sight on a full train. There's no way I'm fighting for an appeal. So as for my defense, I'm in no need of lawyers anymore.
Ehara-san, just a second.
Why would I give you that?
Yagami-san?
Hiro Mikoshiba died in a lot of pain. His final moments were truly horrific. The last thing he felt must have been fear. After slitting his throat, his body was left to rot.
Doesn't that sound great?
My gut tells me Ehara is guilty for sure. There's no doubt he's connected to Mikoshiba's murder. I mean, yeah, the guy's basically openly saying he's happy that the guy was murdered in a brutally horrific fashion. And, yeah, his quote-unquote miracle sounds more and more like a conspiracy to me, which is in fact a crime. So, every state has a different statute on it, but it's all basically the same. Two or more people acting in concert to commit a crime. So, you know, it's one of those things. Kind of illegal to plot someone's death. Anyway, let's move on. I need to hold his attention and convince him to stay. Gotta make him understand I have more info than the police do. So, I'm thinking it's probably going to be the, oh yeah, the piece of evidence the police don't have. That's going to be the photo of Hiro, because we gave that to the Kanagawa police, and they were surprised that we had it. So, let's show that.
Take a look at this.
Oh,
Look at this
Mikoshiba.
photograph.
Looks like he's seen better days. Where'd you get the photo?
From a teacher at Serio High. But where she got it is the interesting part. A strange woman gave it to her, said to stay away from the Mikoshiba case. You remember Sawa-sensei, yes? She transferred to Serio 4 years ago, not long before your son passed away.
Yeah, not a face I'd soon forget. She told the whole court he was never bullied.
True. She did say that.
And it's not just her I detest. The administrators, the lawyers. Felt like choking the life right out of them. But if anyone needed to pay, it was Mikoshiba. He got what he deserved. It's nothing short of insane that they were just gonna let him get a teaching credential. It all comes back to a flawed and broken system of laws that has no business calling itself justice.
And it was you, wasn't it? You orchestrated every aspect of how Mikoshiba would die. But you didn't act alone. Who were the people behind it? How'd you convince them to kill a man?
That's a good one. You, my friend, are way off.
Oh, it didn't quite go like we thought.
The way that interview went, Ehara's definitely guilty. But if we can't connect him to the murderers, we're left with no leads to follow.
Yeah. Kept that secret on lockdown, no matter what I asked. What could possibly link Ehara to those men? Damn it. And I was so close, too. To think they're still somewhere in Ijincho. I need to find them before the trail goes cold.
So you're heading back to Yokohama?
Not tonight. Kaito's waiting for me in the office. I'll be in town for now.
Okay. If anything changes, I'll contact one of you.
Alright. I believe that means... Oh, buzzword. Hot topics. Apparently mascots. Yeah. Are people actually in the mascots? So many mascots. This is a mascot expo. Camaro. Camelop. No, that was all about. Camelop. What's going on in the children's park? This doesn't seem like the usual goings on even around here. So yeah. Apparently sushi place, Popo, Marsh. Alright, cool. So we'll head down to the children's park and see what's going on as I plow through everybody. Excuse me, out of the way.
For real?
Okay, not cool. Bicycle time. Flatten the guy with the bicycle. Excuse me, sir. Have you heard of our Lord and Savior, the Sign?
Let's go.
And slide on through. I was actually trying to get that guy to EX surrender, but he kind of moved. Anyway, looks like we have a whole boatload of side cases. So we'll start with the Chaos of the Masked Rider. Looks like in this building here. Fancy stairs. Nice and bright. So we will head on up. See if we can talk to our Master Rider buddy. Hello there. General Kenobi. Kazuto Jumonji. Might you be Yagami-san?
Yep.
Yes, Takayuki Yagami. And you must be... Shush. Please, just call me Okazaki while we're out here. You never know who might be listening. Very true. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Aruto Okazaki. That's my real name, in fact. So this is the face of the Masked Rider. He's younger than I thought. Well then, Yagami-san. Before we enter my workspace, I want you to promise me something. That you won't tell anyone what you're about to see. What I'm about to see? Very well. My lips are sealed. This way, please. What? What is this? This is the true identity of Kazuto Jumonji.
Huh?
Not sure I understand. All the works of Kazuto Jumonji are written by 10 of us here, including myself. In other words, Kazuto Jumonji isn't one person. He's a group of authors.
Huh?
Wow, a whole group? Really? It's an interesting marketing gimmick. So that's how you write books in so many different genres at such an impossible pace. Yep, it's all due to the efficiency of 10 talented authors with different personalities, all writing at the same time.
I see.
Pretty neat trick. Oh, so this is a detective? A Kamurocho detective at that. I bet he has a lot of good stories. Curious. Please have a seat, Yagami-san. Allow me to explain our request to you. This should be good. This is a real surprise. So many people all writing as one person. Yeah, I don't know of other groups like us, that's for sure. But truth be told, each one of us is a failed author. I mean, we all had a publishing debut, but never any success beyond that. Each of us nearly gave up our pens for good.
Huh.
So how'd you come to work together? How else? Through social media. Everything's through social media these days, I swear. I launched an online community and ended up attaching a bunch of failed authors. Oh, attracting a bunch of failed authors. I suppose I should read. And through our exchanges, we came up with the idea of joint authorship, so we tried it and it worked.
I see.
That's interesting. I hear your first effort was a smash hit? Oh yes. It was a masterpiece that none of us could have written on our own. It exists only because 10 of us worked on it together. Some of us come up with clever twists, some of us are good at dialogue, and some of us are awesome at building plot. Where each of us may be lacking in one area, together we can be a great author.
Either way,
Still, it doesn't seem possible for 10 people to write a coherent book. Hollywood movie scripts are often written by multiple people. It just depends on how you divvy it up. What's more, by managing the workload of each member, we can even work on multiple titles simultaneously. So long as you do it right, this unique creative process ends up pretty productive. Exactly. I doubt any writer could do what we're doing. And I'm in charge of managing the members' schedules. Which is something I'm great at. I used to be an editor, you know. A former editor, huh? Well then, time to ask some questions. Alright, so let's ask about the stolen ideas. Heard that some of your ideas were plagiarized. What can you tell me about that? I like how the detective music kicks on as soon as we ask a question. Okay, so it was about half a year ago. We were in the midst of polishing a manuscript we'd just finished. A new mystery novel came out, and it immediately became a hot topic because of this one trick which was depicted in the story. And the thing was, it was nearly identical to the manuscript we were polishing.
in other words,
So another author beat you to the punch. Yes, and when we published ours later, we were accused of plagiarism.
does that mean?
Any chance it was a coincidence? That the contents just happened to be similar? That's pretty hard to imagine. Because it wasn't just the trick I mentioned earlier. It was also the setting, the structure, even the character traits. They're almost exactly the same. So too many similarities for it to be mere coincidence. Not if there are dozens of them like that. You could only say it was a coincidence if there had been one thing. What if what the readers saw could definitely not be called a coincidence?
I see.
Alright, I get it. And it wasn't just that one book that plagiarized us. The same author put out 3 more books after that in succession, all with ideas that were just like ours. I should ask about the authors that's plagiarizing them.
Either way,
Can you tell me about this author you think is stealing your ideas? His name is Sukuroku Futaba. His first novel was published more than 10 years ago, and it was a decent hit at the time. He even won an award in some mystery novel contests, but after that his books seemed to go nowhere. People said he was just a one-hit wonder. Almost like a failed author, like the people at your agency. But then all of a sudden, that one-hit wonder came out with a new book that turns into a famous bestseller. Right? And that book was nearly identical to one of ours we had yet to release. So, one after the other, Mr. Futaba continued to publish books that closely resembled what we were working on. All of them bestsellers. Now people think he's made this miraculous comeback. I mean, if you're so suspicious of this guy plagiarizing you, why not just sue him? I did think about that. But if we took this to court, we might have to reveal the secret of Kazuto Jumonji. I think it'd be hard for us to tell the truth in court while also hiding how we write, don't you? Yeah, it probably would be. You know, it could be the author is fully aware that you're powerless to take him to court, and that's why he steals from you. If that's true, it would be completely infuriating. Unforgivable. Yeah, honestly, he probably has a leaky ship. Somebody in here is selling the secrets. I heard you already asked other detectives to look into this matter. Yes, there have been 3.
Does that mean...
What kind of investigations did they conduct? Oh, they looked for ways to hack us and whether our room was bugged. They tried really hard, but couldn't find anything.
Huh.
None of them came up with anything? Nope. And yet, our ideas kept being stolen. Really gotta wonder how in the world it's being done. This could be a tough nut to crack if the perps already evaded 3 different detectives. Alright, thank you. That's all very useful information you provided.
Excuse me.
I'd like to proceed with this investigation by collecting even more info. Is it alright if I interview the other authors too? Yes, please do. I've already asked them to cooperate with you. That's great. I appreciate that. Alright, time for a thorough recon mission.
Not really picking it up.
Oh. I think it's just reflection. Thought something was coming up, but does not appear. I know he said that they swept for bugs, but doesn't hurt to be thorough. Okay, so let's go. Let's start talking to people.
Excuse me.
Hey, excuse me. I'm a detective. My name is Yagami. Can I ask you a few questions? Oh, Yagami-san. Okazaki-san told me about you. I'm Takashi Hojo. In the world of Kazuto Jumonji, I do science and military research, plus security for the office. I'm Ayame Sato. I research Western mythology and civilization. You might say I'm the fantasy buff, too. You're here to look into any spy activity, aren't you, Yagami-san? We've been taking measures against spies ourselves.
Hmm?
Yeah? What kind of measures? We set up a hidden camera to catch anyone who tries to sneak in. We actually already had a security camera, but we felt one wasn't enough. After all, we were still getting our information stolen. And with locked doors, too. At this point, we figured we just gotta outsmart the perpetrator. So there was nothing in the security footage? Nope. And no evidence of a break-in either. Because whoever is leaking this information probably has a key. And still, the information was getting stolen. It still is. So flippin' weird.
By the way,
Have you taken any anti-hacking measures? Of course. With so many leaks, we started keeping our writing computers offline.
I see.
Well, that sounds like a good move. Any chance of a leak coming from memory devices which get taken outside? I doubt it. We strictly prohibit anyone from removing devices like USB memory sticks. I remind people of that all the time, too. I haven't gone so far as to search their bags, though. I don't feel the need to do that. At the end of the day, we trust our members. And there is your first issue. No chance of information being leaked, and no chance of any burglaries. Okay, thank you for your cooperation. Haven't noticed anything suspicious yet.
Excuse
though.
me.
Excuse me. Dot dot dot. Hello? This is gonna be a masterpiece. I'm a genius. Once Manabe-kun gets in the zone, he can't hear anything. Talking to him right now won't do you any good.
Huh.
Oh yeah? He's so skilled at fleshing out characters. He just really breathes life into them. This guy's gonna be awesome, and he'll provide a foil to the protagonist's weakness to boot. Nice. Who knew the hero had this side to his character? It's like finding gold in the river. He does look absolutely full of life while he works. Honestly, he's a character himself. But to be unable to hear anything, that's another level of focus. Yeah, well, I'll leave me for the time. Let's talk to these guys.
Excuse me.
Can I ask the rest of you some questions? Ooh, Mr. Detective on the prowl. I'm Mikuru Machiyama, by the way, author of many a cell phone novel. You know, books originally written on a phone. What? I mean, I guess you could do that. It just seems cumbersome and difficult.
It's Yagami.
Oh, interesting. I'm Takayuki Yagami. Nice to meet you. I'm Takara Ehara. I may not look it, but I used to be a screenwriter for The Dunce, the period drama. Yeah, I wrote episodes 5 through 7. You hear that priest joke Nobunaga tells? Well, Ehara-san, maybe let's save the tour of your career minutia for later? I'm Makoto Nishimura, and since we're sharing, I was mostly a night novel author. So, you're here to ask us something?
Yep.
I am. I want to know if any of you have seen anything suspicious. Anything suspicious? Nah, I can't think of any. Me neither. Huh, well, actually, there's one thing I noticed. I think Mikura-chan changed her shampoo recently. Creepy? What are you, sniffing her?
Huh?
Excuse me? Could it be you found someone special, Mikura-chan? Sorry, added a little bit for emphasis. Ehara-san, please, enough with the near sexual harassment. Hey, by the way, is this a meeting space for you all? Yes, it's a nice place to get refreshed, especially because talking to young women can be so exhausting. So, Ehara's a creep. Wish you wouldn't talk about the space like it's some cabaret club. We happen to use this space for actual purposes like idea meetings, and yes, even some random chit-chat at times. That's so true, we do lots of amazing brainstorming here.
I see.
Okay, so you all bounce off ideas each other in here. Oh yeah, Katsuto Jumonji wouldn't exist without these brainstorming sessions. We share our ideas, we play to each other's strengths, and we polish everything up for each other. In fact, we were doing that right before you started asking your questions. And we'll go right back to it when you're done.
By the way,
By any chance, do these brainstorm sessions take place at the same time every day? Yeah, why not? Why do you ask? If details of your work are being discussed, those sessions are a chance for someone to eavesdrop. And it would be even easier if you guys meet at the same time daily. You've hit on something there. What a deduction. One that I deduced myself. I'd always thought this place is bugged. But it can't be. Don't you remember? They never found any evidence of that. Sorry, bear with me for a second. My throat is dry. Yeah, since 3 detectives already came and didn't find anything, it probably wasn't a bug. But if these guys are having regular idea meetings, surely a plagiarist would see them as an opportunity. What the... Was that a gunshot? Ugh, not again. That's probably the damn neighborhood pranksters.
Huh?
Pranksters? Yeah, just a bunch of local kids lighting up firecrackers and making trouble. Probably playing cops in Yakuza. You guys remember the last time we heard firecrackers? It was when another detective was here. That That detective also thought it was a gunshot. Hee. Not surprising. It sounds like that makes people think of gang warfare, even with the Tojo clan gone. This is still Kamurocho. Firecrackers. Last heard when a previous detective was here. That's interesting. Okay. So, this makes me think, if we look at the tools that we have, makes me think maybe the opposition has a noise amp. Because if they're all here bouncing ideas off each other, maybe he's across the way. But I don't think I'm going to get anywhere with that at the moment. Oh. Let's talk to this person. Looks like she's on the phone. I see. Can't make it, huh? Alright, well, get some rest. Bye. Oh, hello.
It's Yagami.
Yagami's the name. I'm a detective. I'm Remy Makita. I'm in charge of the love stories, mostly. Mostly. Sorry you heard that. Bit embarrassing for me.
No.
No, I apologize. I didn't mean to eavesdrop. Yes, you did, Yagami. Part of being a detective is being naturally nosy. I was talking to Masamichi Ishinose, one of the other members of Kazuto Jumonji. Conspicuously absent. He's not coming to work today? No, he's kind of fickle. Has a habit of feeling down, so he's absent pretty often. Here's our weak link. He likes to come in out of the blue and surprise us, only to take off for another 2 months. Yeah, almost like he comes in, shows up, steals all your work, and then goes and publishes it somewhere else.
Does that mean...
Does he have an actual illness? Perhaps. The kind of illness that makes you play games in your room all day.
I see.
I see. That sounds difficult to deal with. Sure is. But he's got the talent. Comes with ideas nobody else could. Fresh worldviews, mind-blowing plot devices. He's good at unpredictable twists too. Or he's stealing from the other people and adding it to their stuff. Interesting. If only he weren't so unstable. Sometimes he can be in a slump for half the year. Maybe that's just how geniuses are. I don't know. I wish we could have a stable genius. Anyway, I'm sort of his caretaker for some reason. But I can't criticize him. If I were to ever chide him, even a little, he'd go into a slump. What a handful. I see you're having a hard time. I think that's all of them. Now let me step back and figure out exactly what I know now. Chances seem pretty damn low that any wiretaps, hacks, or accidental leaks took place. So that leaves... How are things going, Yagami-san? Did you find anything? I'm trying to Columbo this and put it together, dude. Give me a second, jeez.
No.
No, nothing decisive yet. There's only one way I can think of for the book ideas to leak, and I suspect it's not because of an outsider. Should I tell Okazaki-san? It'd be careless of me to make claims without any evidence.
By the way...
Okazaki-san, are you sure there's only one member absent today? I see only 8 people here. Oh, really? Who's missing? I think Sanada-kun went up to the roof. Yeah, it's him. Oh, yeah, it's him, alright, because I don't see him. Okay, so he went up to the roof. That's fine. I'll talk to him later. we'll go talk to the guy on the roof. Maybe he's related to that that firecracker pop. It does make me the hell am I? Oh, I'm in the mahjong parlor. Yeah, nope. Okay. I think we go out this door. We can get to the roof. Excellent. Oh, he's having a smoke. You're Yagami-san, right?
Yep.
Yes. Going around asking everyone questions. Can I count on your cooperation too, Sanada-san? Questions? Of course, I'm happy to cooperate. Name is Kenichi Sanada. I'm in charge of structuring in Kazuto Jumonji.
Hmm?
What do you mean by structuring? It's like drawing a blueprint of the story. I make adjustments to the ups and downs of the drama. I set up the foreshadowing. Huh. Kind of understand, but not really. It's like storyboarding. Okay, for example, changing the order of the episodes or making a character's backstory stronger. Little tweaks like that can make a big difference in how fun and readable a story is. So my role is to keep a bird's eye view on the whole story to analyze where we can make these improvements.
I see.
Okay, starting to get the idea.
By the way,
So, Sanada-san, have you noticed anything suspicious around the office lately? Suspicious? Actually, yes.
huh?
Oh, really? Can you tell me about it? What's going on? Why is he hesitating? I should press him a bit.
Excuse me.
Sanada-san, could you tell me what you saw that was suspicious? I'm not eager to share. It's not exactly something I want another person to know.
Please.
A detective is bound to confidentiality. I won't share anything you tell me with anyone. Fair enough. I'll tell you. I'm going to be totally straight with you, Yagami-san. I suspect one of the 10 writers is a spy. It's funny, I did too.
Huh?
Huh? I believe someone on the inside is selling our ideas to someone on the outside. Can't say I wasn't thinking about that possibility, but...
Excuse me.
Sanada-san, is there a reason or any evidence that leads you to believe that? I have no evidence, but I do have a concrete basis for my belief. The truth is, a few members of Kazuto Jumonji are thinking about going independent.
Does that mean...
You mean start over as single authors again? Yes. They must have finally regained their confidence because of all the hits we've had as Kazuto Jumonji. Now they think they can go back on their own and write books that'll actually sell.
But...
So why don't they just do it instead of selling ideas to an outsider? What's the point of that? Well, we're in a situation where... What should I explain first? The members of Kazuto and Jumonji have signed a contract that prohibits them from going independent for at least 5 years.
what?
5-year contract, that's pretty long. Well, the whole intent of the contract was that each of us would focus all our energy on Kazuto Jumonji. In exchange for accepting the severe restrictions, we'd all receive regular royalties. You don't have that type of thing as a single author where you're at risk of enduring long, moneyless periods in the publishing schedule, as well as your own slumps. I see, so that's another benefit of working in a group with other authors. Yes, huge benefit. One which would disappear after they're independent from Kazuto Jumonji. Remember, we envisioned all the works by Kazuto Jumonji to remain the property of Kazuto Jumonji, the corporate entity.
I see.
So that makes it hard to strike out on your own. Yes, but if Kazuto Jumonji were to break up completely, that would be a different story. Yeah, because that entity would no longer exist, so you're not bound to it. Contract stipulates that if such a thing were to happen, each author would continue to receive an equal share of the royalties. So here's what I now believe. One of the authors, wanting to be independent, is selling info to someone on the outside just to make us suspicious of each other. This author is trying to bring about the breakup of Kazuto Jumonji. And this is why you think the suspect has to be someone on the inside. I do. Not totally convinced, but the motive makes sense, at least.
Excuse me.
So who are the members who want to become independent? I'm sorry. Even after all I've just told you, I can't bring myself to sell out my coworkers. I understand. Yagami-san, I like the work we do as Kazuto Jumonji, and I don't think I could make it on my own. A breakup is something I desperately want to prevent, so I hope I can use your investigation to shine a light on the truth. I get it. You can leave the rest to me. Thank you. The issues are pretty complex for this little group of authors known as Kazuto Jumonji. Are you done talking to Sanada-kun?
Yep.
Yes, we finished up just now. You know, Yagami-san, there's one thing I neglected to tell you. It might turn out to be nothing, but... Tell me, something trivial could turn out to be a clue in the investigation. Well, it's about an odor. An odor? Yeah, the authors have been complaining about a strange smell lately. It wafts in from nowhere and then disappears before we can track it.
Does that mean...
What sort of smell is it? I would say oily. It smells like oil. Almost like if you left out some meat for a while. That kind of oily, rancid smell. Gross. But it never comes during meals, and there's never trash or anything on the floor, so we just don't know where it could be coming from. Yeah, pretty puzzling. You have all sorts of weird stuff happening around them. The firecrackers, the rancid smell. Sorry, this probably has nothing to do with your investigation.
No.
No, all hints are valuable. I'll start paying attention to any smells in the air. Ha. Hope there are more good ones than bad. Mysterious odor. What could it be? Well, we're gonna get to the bottom of that in the next video. Take care and we'll see you then.